game 1, but then he kind of choked in the end. So I wouldn't count KassiA out completely. I think he has a chance. It is a mirror match. Anything can kind of happen. But I'm definitely giving the edge to soO in this game.
Yeah, look at his record versus Zerg. He's 3-0. He's 7-3. Now, this is completely disregarding his incredible individual league results. This guy is definitely one of the best Zerg players in the world. Some say he is the best in the world. He's definitely up there.
Yep. I feel like he was underrated for a long time, but now he's really starting to come into his own and starting to show people really what he's made of. He's just continuing to do so well over and over and over again, and I think we will continue to see him do well. Now, we're going to take a look at KassiA over here. He's played a lot of games here for Prime. He's 1-8, kind of like what Effort was at. He's also 0-2 versus Zerg, and he actually has 5 losses in a row here, so obviously not the best results, but still, you know, everything that Moonglade said before definitely could come to pass. You know, it is a mirror matchup. This guy has some of the, you know, most focused gameplay I've ever seen, and maybe it'll pull through for him this time.
Yeah, certainly could. He needs to stay focused, something he's shown in the past he's very good at, but he does choke in the late game, as Moonglade mentioned before, especially in that game against Byung. Now we're going into our first match. It's on Overgrowth, one of our Zerg maps most people are saying here. Let's jump into game number 1. I jumped the gun on that one. Okay, now let's jump into game number 1. Okay, now let's jump into game number 1.
LTA는 SK텔레콤.
Down here in the bottom left, in the red for SK Telecom, it's soO.
And up here the top right for Prime, it's KassiA. And I'm looking over at Moonglade's shiny new computer. It looks like all the UI is back to normal.
It's back to normal.
That looks so good.
And it's looking great. The only problem is with this monitor, this game, is that they're both the same color. So if we go into mass roaches...
Oh, God, yeah. How did that even happen? Okay, there.
Okay, you fixed it. See, I couldn't... Okay, I probably should have realized how to fix that. But with the Streamline UI, you can't do that.
Yeah, no, I noticed that last time. Yeah. By the way, it looks like we have a 10 pull here coming out for KassiA, so he's going to be aggressive early on. And KassiA is the type of player who is really good at control. His multitasking is pretty good as well. He's very, very aggressive with his lings, so let's see how much damage he can get done here. It all really comes down to, oftentimes in this matchup, with an early pull, what the build of soO is. How much is he going to be greedy?
Exactly right. And we see a gas as well, so we could very well see a 10-pull Baneling. Yeah. So it's pretty much going to come down to what soO does. If soO goes for a 15 hatchery, it can get very, very dicey. It's essentially a build order loss. And it looks like it is going to be a 15 hatch.
Yeah, let's see if he makes any extra drones after that.
The next step is he going to go through gas before pool? How late is he going to get this pool? I mean, he can still kind of micro and get Zerglings out in time if he gets a pool pretty early afterwards.
Yeah, it looks like he's going to go straight into the pool. No extra drones, no gas.
Very safe play. Very smart by soO.
This makes sense. He's going up against a guy like KassiA, who he knows has not won a bunch of games here, could definitely do something very aggressive very early in a mirror matchup like this. He just wants to play safe. He feels like he knows he's the better player, just wants to get the hatch up, but then afterwards be a bit safe, and that's why he goes for that pool right away.
Exactly. It's very, very safe to assume that a player that's not doing very well, has 5 losses in a row, is probably going to throw out like a Hail Mary, try something crazy, something super cheesy, and try and get a build order win.
Yeah, man. Prime Zergs, we just had a stat there before, are on a losing streak of 20 games, or no, 15 games since January 21st. They had their
losing streak of that long.
Yep.
That is horrible. That is...
They're 1-20 overall.
Wow.
KassiA's the only one who won. That's true.
And so I mean, he's in a pretty good position to win this game as long as he gets some good Baneling hits.
Oh wow, 3 Banelings already.
He traps a Zergling with his Banelings. That's a horrible start. So only 2 Zerglings are going to harass.
Oh, that's actually terrible. Yeah.
But I mean, at the same time, he doesn't want to use his Banelings on anything if he can avoid it. He wants to get the Zerglings to do all the damage and only hit Banelings on a massive pack of Zerglings or drones.
Yeah.
So he's going to try and like bully them. Ooh, nice hit there.
Nice hit, actually.
But he can't waste the last Bane. He cannot waste it.
He's going to get a good hit on the drones, but if he needs to have something to finish it off.
Oh, very nice. And he's getting so many drones, and he might even he might even be able to close this out if he gets a few more drones.
Yeah,
Drones are running away.
Canceled here because he needs extra minerals to try to get the Lings out to defend. Another Queen is going to pop here soon, too. I think he's going to hold, but was the damage done? He's down to 5 drones.
I don't think he's going to hold this. There's only a Queen left, and there's 8 Zerglings. 4 Zerglings pop out for soO, so he might be able to defend this, but he's down to 4 drones.
It's about these banelings here, and now soO, you can see he spent all of his resources on Lings. He's got like 1 more drone on the way. He's got the most production here with double hatch and with these Queens, but you know, he's going to need to micro the Queens perfectly. He has to target those Banes down. They cannot hit his Zerglings, or he is in dead big trouble.
Oh.
He got the Queen on the ramp. That was pretty good here, but he's got another Baneling here in the back that may be able to explode on the Queen. The Queen is really low. Just 1 more hit would do it.
Oh my God. I can't believe he left that alive. He does now get it, but he gets a few extra shots off. Now he's trying to micro those drones to the best of his ability here. And I don't think it's going to be enough. There's just too many Lings here for KassiA. soO's defeated. GG. He breaks the losing streak. KassiA takes game 1 for Prime. Looking very happy. Great control. Very nicely done. That Baneling hit on the drones was so important. Made it so they couldn't really fight. They couldn't participate. And soO had to cancel that spine to get more money, but you know, if he let it finish, maybe he could have helped him survive, but he wouldn't be able to make it against Zerglings, and he was in a pretty tough spot.
Exactly. KassiA right now is so emotional over the fact that he actually won this game. He deserves to be super proud of himself after taking this game. Look at him on screen actually crying right now.
Oh, wow. I mean, it has been a hard road for the Zergs of Prime, as you said. 15 lose streak. That's a huge win, and even though it was a build order, kind of like a build order win, he controlled it perfectly. He didn't waste his Banelings, and
that's exactly what Wolf was talking about. This guy, his control, his multitasking is really good. And he was able to take down soO in the early game with ZVZ. I mean, we were saying how it was possible, and he did it.
Imagine his mindset when he finds out soO's his opponent. He's got to do an all-in, right? Okay, OverGrowth's a map that Zergs are picking, like it's got like a 99% pick rate in GSL against Protosses. It's a map that we see Zergs pick against Terran as well oftentimes. So he comes out probably, you know, thinking, I hope they don't send a Zerg here. Maybe they send somebody like Parting or something. Maybe I could beat him in the ZVP on this Zerg map. He runs into the ZVZ. soO, who's undefeated in ZVZ and Pro League. He's also soO, and he's like, oh God, I've got to make this Temple Baneling work, and he executes it well. He's got to be so happy with himself here, and he puts Prime into the lead. So now we're going to at least see that creator match no matter what. So that's great for them too.
It's so important. Moonglade was talking about how, you know, Marine King was going to be the guy to bring it to that creator match, but now getting Prime into 1-0 is KassiA, and we were talking about how Marine King has a pretty decent chance to take this game against Fantasy. They could go up 2-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, they could very well win this match. It's been busted wide open. soO dropping like that, very unexpected.
Yeah, this is actually pretty crazy. I really did not expect this. I really did not.
We were saying how it was all possible. We were all saying it was possible.
Anything